Dude, Logan is being slaughtered from all angles right now.
What are your thoughts on George asking Dylan to come on the pod?
You think this is about vengeance?
What's your take on JIDION versus Logan Paul?
Well, you were there for that JIDION.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was
right?
partially responsible for it.
He used to be out on the corner, he was dealing in drugs. Got himself a barber's chair and gave awesome cuts. Now he's a podcaster, his life he'll talk about it with us. Now it's Jeff FM. Jeff FM.
Kyle, hit me with a gong. Hit me with one of those meditation gongs. Oh! Welcome to the Jeff Jitsu era. This will now be what we only talk about from now on. Jiu-jitsu and martial arts. How does everybody feel about that?
Rather have somebody...
It doesn't matter, deal with it, because it's happening now. I've done fucking 3 jiu-jitsu. How do I turn this shit off? Fuck.
Dude, put some clothes on, Andrew Tate.
I did 3 fucking jiu-jitsu classes and I'm hooked.
hard.
It's changed my life. No shirts on the pod now. You know? Women shouldn't drive cars. He's not saying that one anymore, huh?
No, he's very chill now. He's humble.
Let me get a shirt on.
Andrew Tate is a humble king now,
I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Lead with love is what they say. And that's what he does. That's what Andrew Tate does. Lead with love. You know, I tried to call out from this episode, Steven.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Mike. I know you wanted to sit this one out because you were going through something today, but look, we're all going through stuff, and this is what we have to do for a living.
Did you
so
shit your pants today?
No, but did
Oh,
you? Is that what happened?
Well, no, I'm just my intestines I'm going through one of my my episodes. I'm sure there's somebody watching this who has like IBS or some sort of intestinal blockage.
That means this is going to be your best episode, because when you come in here too confident and you're just firing off about things that you're just saying things and you just got so much energy, I think this version of you is the most likable version of you.
I don't think I could really have a bad episode because I'm...
Now that's why you get the hate comments. That's why they come in.
No, but hate comments, that's all fine. People can hate as long as they have a reaction. The main thing is, as you've said before, I am the preeminent podcaster of this generation.
Yeah,
you said it was in your words.
I did say that.
And so I don't think like I can have a bad day per se. I just come in, I tickle the fancies of the lesser thans, and I go home.
Well, this show is changing today. Once and for all, the old show is dead. The Jeff FM we once knew is dead, and it's not coming back. We were no longer talking about Tana's vagina. We're not talking about Steven's fucking dick or alcoholism. Did you stop drinking? Update quick. We're not talking about it anymore. We're only talking about combat sports, MMA, martial arts. We're not talking about Mike's hate comments and how he is not bothered by them, but he really is.
Wait, what?
We're not talking about that
stuff. You brought it up.
The show is changing.
You're bothered by it.
This is step 1 of the new show. Hit us, Steven.
Can I get that music again, Kyle? That was cool.
You like that?
Yeah. It's 10 p.m. Me and my friend are playing zombies, right? And my right nut out of nowhere just starts hurting bad.
What zombies? What is that? Is that like a tag or something? Is it where you just pretend that you're a zombie?
Call of Duty Zombies. It's a video game. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We were playing Call of Duty Zombies, a video game, and my right testicle started hurting really bad.
See, this is what I wanted to avoid. This is the stuff that I wanted to leave behind.
Let the kid talk.
The top of my right testicle was starting to hurt really bad, and my roommate Johnny was like, "Oh, you probably have testicular
cancer.
Torsion."
Oh, you thought you had torsion.
And he was like, if you don't get that fixed within 6 hours, your nuts, like the cords at the top, if it gets tangled, it'll cut the blood flow to your testicle and then kill it.
Yep.
And you won't be able to have kids for the rest of your life. Hold on, I'm not done. And it was like 3 a.m., right?
I'm not
still
starting the
hasn't
show
gone
with
away.
this. I'm not getting into it.
I can't sleep. I'm sleeping like this with my legs spread open because it hurts so bad at my right nut. I couldn't do anything. And I started reading into it and I started freaking out. So I got up and in like a crab position on my bed, twisted my nut 90 degrees, counterclockwise, instant relief, and then it was gone. I literally saved my kids.
Okay, now that we edited out Steven's story entirely and we jump cutted it. No.
I literally just saved myself.
I just don't want to start this show. I have an idea for this show, and I'm thinking about the people that are consuming it, and I don't want them to consume stories like that. I want to inspire. I want to lead with knowledge. I want people to take something away from this and not just go rub lotion on their nuts or something.
You wouldn't get it. You would never
calamine lotion.
You would never understand what it's like to be on the line of being infertile for the rest of your life. It's a scary thing.
I think there's a similarity here that Jeff drained his hematoma and Steven untangled his nuts.
Yeah, but mine was cooler, bro, because I would have been infertile for the rest of my life. I saved lives.
Well,
Think about
technically, you having kids, they'll probably turn into murderers. So I think you actually subtracted some lives off the planet with that. But whatever, you know. Look, I want to street fight Bradley Martin. I got an idea of how I would approach it. I would hit him with a fucking little fucking shovel hook right in there. Whap, whap. And then I'd go over his limp, unconscious body, and I'd fucking start bench pressing him like this, just repping him out on the street.
It's like you saying, I want to fight the Statue of Liberty. Like, what you just said makes no sense, bro. You'll be eaten alive by
I've
that
done
man.
3 classes of jiu-jitsu, and it's changed my life. And I see you're going through stuff, Mike, or you're having a bad day today.
I'm having a fine day, but you're trying to go against. You started the show going against potentially the greatest orator, podcaster of all time. You go against me. Now you want to go against the greatest combat sports, at least as far as social media is concerned, combatant of all time. So it seems like you're the one who today showed up to the show and said, I want to take on the world. I want to take on God. Should we get George Janko in here? You want to argue with him right now?
Nah.
Is that what you want?
Nah.
Because you are the one that seems to be on a path
I think
of
the reason so
destruction.
many bad things are happening to our group right now, and by our group, Logan, is because George prayed on him.
I understand
think
that, but what do you
prayed
want
against
me?
Logan.
What do you want me to do about that? Because I never did anything wrong. So if that is what's happening, because trust me, my intestines tangled last night. I said I know it's George. I'm seeing the same thing you are, but here's the thing: how do I fix it?
Calm down. Don't get upset.
Because I never did anything fucking wrong, besides taking his side on every argument he ever fucking had. So what do I do?
Are you talking about Logan
No.
right now? Whose side are you taking in every argument? Mine?
George's.
Oh, George's. Yeah, sorry. Look, you said you were the best podcaster in the world there, and of our generation,
No, I didn't say that. You said it.
Okay, in our generation, yeah, that are the younger guys. But who's actually the number 1 podcast in the world?
Joe Rogan.
And what does he have in jiu-jitsu? What rank is he?
Golden.
Yeah, basically gold.
Is that
Black belt.
black?
But yeah. So I'm just saying, you know, who's actively working to get to that number 1 spot? I know you are, and you have these days where you don't feel good, but I'm trying to help you and guide you. If you came into that class, everybody would be so happy to see you. And if you had more knowledge about MMA and you interview these fighters and you're talking to Israel Adesanya and you're like, hey, maybe you could do this shoulder underhook or something next time. Maybe actually
no,
you shouldn't know stuff.
No, you're right. That is why Joe is the best, because Joe stays very knowledgeable on all topics. He does
stays
his
curious.
research. Curious.
He wants to learn.
But
always.
I think it's because of I have a problem with like love right now, like with like really like feeling the emotion of love. And I think that Joe, like love, like curiosity, sometimes can be driven by drugs. And you know, Joe's on a lot of drugs, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'll go as far as to say it, similarly to when I said that I'm helped more people than Cristiano Ronaldo. Joe Rogan's a drug addict. Joe Rogan's a drug addict. You know, it's a sad truth of the matter, dude. He loves drugs. He loves, you know, experimenting with DMT, psilocybin, acid, anything he can get his hands on to keep that curious edge that he has.
I actually feel pretty fucking good.
I'm sure you do, Joe. You know, because God knows what you're on, to continue learning about things that
he
the
smokes
normal,
DMT and shit like that,
he
right?
smokes the toad. He probably shoots up.
Actually?
It's, you know.
I want to.
Don't put this out there, because
I'm not. It's
you,
okay.
you could possibly end up on his show one day. You're
I
probably
don't
going to
think
meet him.
that's-
You're probably going to brush shoulders with him at a
He's
UFC
been
event.
pretty open about his desire to expand his mind, to open up to the consciousness that is the reality of this universe.
And he's open about
my God.
performance-enhancing drugs.
No, that's
or
what I'm
like
saying.
testosterone replacement
That's what I'm
therapy and
saying.
stuff
He probably
like
has
that.
he probably has testicular torsion,
Do you think Logan would be mad if you went on Joe Rogan before him?
bro. He would never talk to me again.
But
And
what
I have a story way more like apt to a Joe Rogan episode than he does. Right
What?
now.
Let me pretend like I'm Joe.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know this or not, but we have a really severe opiate epidemic in this country. A lot of, you know, hundreds of thousands of people die every year because of fentanyl and other opiate drugs that have been overprescribed by
Really?
big pharma. And I actually, Joe, got caught up in it for about 9 years of my life. I was addicted to opiates and got to witness firsthand what it's like to be an addict and a sufferer of mental illness and addiction in this country. And I'd love to have a conversation with you about it if you're open to it.
So who's Jake Paul going to fight next? Do you know?
Would that be your...
I mean, I guess that was Joe. Yeah, that's what he would ask or something.
Yeah, get over.
Yo, soundbite. Who's on soundbites today? Just raise your hand. You're overdoing it. You're
Actually-
over fucking doing it.
He's already scarred from last week. The comments were bad on that last episode. We set up Tana with Bryce Hall. It was a great episode, but there were sound bites that were a little off because we had the track. It was boosted a little high. So people were upset in the comments. And we are hearing you. We understand, and we are taking action to fix it. We're actively fixing it. Right, Kyle? So let's cut back on the scoring. I think the music, the long songs are a little overdoing it. You know, unless Mike has a rant that...
I'll just go on strike.
See, that's what I didn't want to happen.
Kyle, would you like to come with me to these jiu-jitsu classes?
Bro,
I
hell
feel
yeah.
like you as a skinny guy, you know, you've been bullied for your size, and you can now learn a martial art that size doesn't matter. You could fuck up Bradley Martin. In 2 weeks, you'd be calling out Bradley Martin. He'd be terrified of you if he could see your skills that you'll have in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would take Bradley Martin as an opponent after 2 weeks of training.
Did you get bullied ever for your size?
In middle school and last year, but I don't
What
know.
are some names they would call you?
Skinny toothpick.
Freshman year was Skinny Bones Jones.
Skinny Bones Jones is a good one. Don't say any good ones, Kyle. They might stick here.
I mean, like, they roll off with me now. I don't care.
Nothing like having to do with like Nazis or like a
Oh,
shit.
no,
Nothing.
not at all.
Got it.
But skinny.
Wait, what makes you say Nazis?
Well, I used to. Back before you couldn't say stuff, people used to say that I looked like I was in a concentration camp because I was like really like real thin. When I was a kid, I looked emaciated. Like people used to ask my parents if they ever fed us.
I thought you were overweight when you were.
No, when I was young, I was like a rail thin. I'll try to get some pics maybe for this.
Sure, we love that. Yeah,
and then add them in. Only thing they really fed me was my dad. Every day he would come home from work and he would feed me his entire fist.
You were abused?
Yeah. I actually talked about it in therapy today. I wanted to actually bring my new therapist up a little bit because I realized something today. Because I've been going to a therapist 2 hours a week now. Therapists have a strange way of like becoming a bit of like enablers in your life because they want to like make you feel like you should kind of go like easy on yourself a little bit. You know, like stop being so hard on yourself. So like when I told her today, I was like, you know, I'm a religious type. I'm a Christian. So you know, anytime I have like a bunch of like rampant sexual escapades, I always feel bad about it. And she's like, really? Say somewhere in the Bible that you can't do stuff like that? Like she tries to like push me back on my beliefs. Like she wants me fucking.
Why you go to a female therapist?
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
How's she gonna tell you stuff to handle your man problems? Like she doesn't. I don't know. I feel like you should have a guy. I don't know. I would never go to a girl therapist. And I would never go to a male massage therapist.
Why is that a stereotype? Not to have a opposite sex therapist.
Oh no, I'm the same way with I'm the same way with the massage guy. I just go to women.
Massage therapist. I want a woman.
Well,
but
I
for
go to women.
My brain therapist. I want a man.
No, I go to women just because they provide a little bit more of like a feminine viewpoint.
Yeah, but they have different hormones and just different lives that they live.
Yeah, but they clearly have experience with male patients. You know?
Are you going to her because she's hot?
No, I mean she's not, but she's not hot.
I knew it.
No, she's not. No, she's
Tony Soprano. You're trying to bang your therapist.
No, she's a very good therapist. I don't think. You want to know why? I'll even double down on this. I don't think men are. I think women are more empathetic, generally speaking, to other people's issues.
Yeah.
So when you go to a man, like you know, you're telling him like, oh, you know, I used to go home. My dad used to smack the shit out of me. In his mind, he's like, I think the Giants play the Dodgers tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, I wonder if my wife is going to cook like, he's not thinking about your shit.
All right, today we're here with a sponsor for your Balancing Bundle of Joy. No, we're not talking about a baby. We're talking about your baby makers. That's right. We're talking about your nuts. Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. But just like babies, your delicate little guys have sensitive skin and deserve products that are not only skin safe, but made with safe ingredients. That's where Manscaped Platinum Package comes in. From razors to shower care, this package goes above the gold standard for your body hair. So treat your beautiful boys to the world's finest toys at manscaped.com. The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 is the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. They designed this package to allow you to fully align your entire hygiene routine with elite products. Inside this Platinum Package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which I love. I use it all the time to shave my nuts, and it's great. It's got a light on it. You can shave your nuts in the dark. I love doing that. Also, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, ultra premium body wash, ultra premium Premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Ultra Premium deodorant, crop preserver, anti-chafing ball deodorant, crop reviver ball spray toner, anti-chafing boxers, and the Shed travel bag to hold all your goods while you're traveling. The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer feature proprietary skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and holes. Both are waterproof, so you can shave with less mess. The Platinum Package 4.0 covers all bases from head to toe and hair to ball fro. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code Jeff's Barbershop at manscaped.com. Use the Platinum Package because the gold standard is no longer good enough. All right, thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring the show, and let's get back on with it. I think I owe your mom an apology, you know? I think we should just give a shout out to Robin real quick. Robin, you raised a great boy here. I'm happy to have him in my life. And, you know, sometimes I can be mean to him, but that's because I love him and I care for him. And that's how you know he's a real friend of mine. And we got into an argument the other day, and he gave it back to me. He gave it back to me good. So I wish it was filmed so I could show you all of it. You'd be proud of him. He told me I got no other friends but him, and but you know what? It was funny because he said
that.
And I should have had. I thought of a comeback later. I was gonna say neither do you, but I thought of it fucking like 2 hours
But I also
later.
never said that.
You did.
I didn't.
I'm gonna walk around with a recording device on me. I'm just gonna start wearing a wire.
I didn't say you have no other friends but me.
You did.
I
for
said
sure.
everybody fell off but me.
No, that's not true. You said it, but it's all good because you know things come out. The truth comes out in those moments.
You have other friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have other people. Like I've got David. I've got my clique. It's almost like you and I are like two like big dogs that need to lead all of the puppies around so that they can eat every day,
Pack of
go to the
dogs.
bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, like if I didn't have you, I would just be one big dog just leading around all the other people. But now I have you, so we're two big dogs.
Two big dogs running the fucking streets.
running the streets, you know?
Mm-hmm. I got a story to tell. It's embarrassing. I'm traumatized.
Throw me that titty.
I can't believe he found these. Those are supposed to be a surprise for you. Remember we said we were going to buy you fake tits?
Yeah.
Those are them. Those are the ones we got.
If you guys play with them too much, it's gonna be a lot to censor.
Yeah, we can't show those because they look too real.
Oh, that thing's heavy.
I'm liking this new educated format.
When I got back in town this past week, I have very bad news. Something happened to me. I felt violated. I went to my car and I told you what happened, right? There were sunflower seeds all over the place, and I knew like something's up. You know, I don't spit sunflower seeds like that all over the car. Somebody had to be in here. And then I go in the back seat and everything's trashed. There's all types of shit in the car. There's condoms, used condoms in my car. Some homeless people broke into my garage.
This is the scene from the other guys that you're describing.
No, this is real life. This is what actually happened.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike and the Boys. I've seen this movie. It's one of my
This
favorite.
is real life. This actually happened. I know it may have happened in the movie, but this guy hit like 8 different cars in the garage, and I don't know. Somehow they ended up fucking in my car. And
You know what they call that, right?
what?
A soup kitchen.
I feel like it's my car got sexually assaulted. I feel violated. And when I go in that car now, I feel like something happened to me. You know, I don't even want that car. I wish they just stole the whole car.
But it's not even your car.
I know I could bring it back. It is a rental, but
How does that make any sense? How long are you going to rent that car for?
I rent it by the month, so I have it till the end of the month.
Why don't you just buy one? Wouldn't it be cheaper?
No, because I like switching it out, and in case people fucking it, then I could just go swap it out. You know, because shit like that happens a lot to me, believe it or not. You know, I get into weird situations like that, and you know what I did, Steven?
Baseball bat?
I took the baseball bat out of the back, and I put it in my backpack, and I held the glove, and I went hunting for him because I found out that he was still in the building hitting other cars. And I'm kicking in fucking doorways into the staircase, and I got the bat like this, and I'm ready just to find this guy. I regret going around with the bat because that would have been assault with a weapon on the guy. I should have just got pepper spray because that would have been nice. Like, hey, you fucked up my car.
That's what Charleston White does. That
Pepper
dude, Charleston
spray.
White.
But then I'm like, what am I doing? Just like being a vigilante, going around hunting for a homeless guy to do bad shit to get revenge on him. I'm like, this is fucking terrible. And then I just got the car detailed. Problem solved. You know?
Seems like such an easier solution.
Yeah, but I felt violated. That's why I felt like I had to go hunt this guy down. And I know the cops aren't going to do anything because in LA, the cops don't do shit unless the crime's over. It has to be like $1 million.
No,
heist.
I don't even think that's
Why there's
enough.
so much crime?
No, yeah, because you can do anything
It's
in
so
LA.
dumb.
Do you see the videos of like the people that rob the stores and the
Looter,
security just
yeah.
watches them?
Just you could loot a store. You can
It's a
walk in and say,
it's a failed state. We live in a failed state. But the thing is, the people that really live here we moved here because it's a failed state. Like, I moved here because at one point, like, the hippies lived here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a weird place for weird, shady people, bro. Like, you don't come to Los Angeles like, you know, they're building a new university there, and we think it's going to be a class leading hospital. Like, you come here because there's fucking darkness and whores.
No, people do go. There's like Pepperdine and UCLA and stuff like that.
No one goes there. Those schools are empty. They're facades. There's not even anything inside them. Have you ever been inside one of those schools before? There's not even any books or classrooms or desks. They just build the facade so people think, oh my God, there's Pepperdine. Have you ever met somebody that's been like, oh yeah, I graduated from Pepperdine? Those people don't even exist.
Only on
it's not real.
Only on like Disney Channel or
That's
something.
what I'm saying. Do you want to know what people come here to do? Be homeless. Fuck in other people's cars. Like, fucking hang out with banks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the city we live.
Like that party we went to the other day, Tov's party was insane.
Think about the characters at that party, bro. We could show some. I have a picture of every person I'm going to mention.
Yeah, you did a great Instagram story, a Snapchat story, whatever.
97 slides. Ricky Banks, the fucking new slender Lana Rhodes was there.
Yeah.
Vanishing before our eyes.
That was awkward for me.
How do you think I felt?
When I first got there. Because you had your new girlfriend.
Yeah.
And Lana comes up to me, and Lana and I, we have a special bond.
You have a past that no one knows about.
No, nothing ever happened.
I just wanted to say that.
She only tried to get at me, I thought, was just to get revenge on you. And
no, she does. She still does.
Yeah. So I'm like, and now you're there
you
with
know
your
what she says
girl.
to me? She says, now that you have a new girlfriend and you're not going to get back with me, I'm just going to go fuck Jeff.
She says that, actually?
Yeah, and I said, that would make me very happy if you would.
That's not true. I can't. I would never.
No, I'm not saying you could, but I'm just, that's where her mind's at. But more importantly, I just really want her to eat something. I've been trying to fucking force feed her like a duck. But yeah, that party was very representative of the scene. I mean, everybody eating ketamine, just hanging out, fucking DJ Diablo.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, there was a group of dwarves dressed as Oompa Loompas falling down the stairs. Everything about
half of my jiu-jitsu class was there. Yeah. And I thought these guys are elite athletes. They don't do no crazy shit. And then I go there and I'm like, I just was wrestling you for fucking 2 hours. This guy, he was looking at me like, whoa, who the fuck are you, man? And I'm like, bro, we just wrestled. You just fucking scratched my neck right here. That was you. And then he's like, oh shit.
Then we went on like a double date later that evening.
Yeah.
To catch and hung out with like a bunch of Crips. Remember, we were like, yo, they're like, what block you in? We're like, I don't know, man. I grew up in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Like, that's just LA's a weird place. So if you're not down for it, if you're not down for the weirdness, and to occasionally, have somebody fuck in your car. Occasionally, someone's going to break in your house. Occasionally, you're going to fuck a chick and it's going to be a dude. Like, that's the city that we live in. If you're not down for it, fucking leave. Go to Colorado. Go to Arkansas.
All right, we got the weather segment ready. Let's hit this weather. It's been a while since we've done the weather even. So
it's been hot. It's hot.
We had that hurricane, or whatever you want to call it, scamacane, ploy from the media to sell umbrellas. We lost that weather segment. We did a really nice one, but the weather was actually too aggressive. We lost all of it because of weather issues.
Look at this.
What's going on?
You know how influencer boxing's like, the biggest thing. It makes the most money. It's like hot.
Yeah, of course. We know all about it. We're very invested into it.
They've got bare knuckle boxing, which is like pretty like extreme.
Yeah.
But I've been working on something, and I am now seeking investors.
I don't want you asking the listeners for money, but go ahead. Fuck it. Whatever.
Okay. So, introducing Ultimate Influencer Death Fight.
Ooh, like Celebrity Deathmatch. Remember that?
No, what is that?
It's when they would have like claymation of celebrities fight, and it'd be really dark jokes. You would love it.
Who's the referee again? The bald guy?
I don't know. I just kind of made the cut for that. That's like an old show, but it's legendary.
If you
know about Celebrity Deathmatch, leave a comment about it.
When it starts, he goes, "Let's get it on." That's what he says before the fight starts. Yeah.
Damn, you should do that. That's kind of your idea, no?
I think he's frozen.
I guess it's already been done.
Okay, so it's Ultimate Influencer Death Fight. What it is we take influencers, right? The worst of the worst, just horrible, useless people to society. And
I like this generic influencer. You got Asian with a top knot, man bun.
And we throw them in a cage and we make them fight, to the death. So no more of them. No more of them.
It's like gladiator times. One death, only one man walks out.
Yes, exactly. Like the Romans. This would generate the most
revenue.
this.
Yeah.
So
Think about
I guess that means so everybody that loses. So Logan would be dead. Jake would be dead because they have
I
losses.
have examples. Think about all these annoying people, we would have already lost if these were the stakes. Boom.
Bryce would be dead, and then
Bryce,
Austin lost in the other tournament, so they'd both be
dead,
gone.
Yeah.
there's that. Yep.
Wow.
We'd get
2
rid of
down.
Austin McBroom, Bryce Hall. We'd have this fucker gone.
So
We'd have this asshole gone.
Look at how good that red hair came out, man.
so
I'm still
eventually,
so proud of that.
eventually, all the influencers
Look.
would die.
Sponsorships.
And I
Sponsorship
sponsored the wrong guy.
opportunities.
I sponsored the wrong guy.
And there would be some stipulations, the how it works is if we implement it, every influencer above 500,000 on any platform, you have to fight.
Oh, you're drafted.
Oh, you have to fight. I like that.
You have
that
to
was like
fight.
some Brad Pitt Fight
What
Club
are
shit.
the stakes on the other side? Like if you win.
You don't die.
Oh,
Is there cash
pretty-
prize or something?
That's fine. That's fine. No, it's just you don't die. You get to kill a man and get away scot-free.
there's no charges can be filed.
no.
Have
yeah,
you cleared
it's-
this with legal?
We're working on it. But I do have an idea for who the first 2 people would be.
Judging by the show, it's been Bradley Martin pretty much on every single conversation.
I like the Bradley Martin fight. I'd do that with Bradley Martin first.
I'm thinking 2 of the shittiest, content creators. Not that they're shitty, but that their content is shitty. And we will make sure to get rid of one of them at least. Boom! Adam 22 versus Mike.
Whoa, I love this
In the
matchup.
cage
I
match.
love
How did
this
we get the
matchup.
pictures with both our heads facing the same direction?
Yeah, if you kind of like crossfade one of those in, you could probably see all the similarities of your face. I don't know if it's like the personality too that comes along with it. That neck tat, you look fucking cool with a neck
People
tat.
have been trying to make this fight happen a lot lately, and I don't.
just
I
me.
don't. No, there's been others. I don't see the. I don't
I just
see
think
the
porn stars, cheeseburgers.
I don't see the attraction in it. I mean, we're clearly lovers more than we are fighters.
It's funny
yeah,
they grabbed
but
the
wait,
pic
Mike.
straight out of the hairline surgery. Look, you're still bleeding on your forehead.
Think about this.
Well, you just told me that there is no cash incentive. You just told me that it's strictly just not dying.
I know, but what if you invested? What if you're an owner?
Oh,
We make this thing rigged. We give you a knife.
So the fighters don't get money, but the investors get paid. Like it's kind of like UFC, you know?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Kind of like college football.
I mean, dude, I'm in. I'll buy in. Yes. What are you trying to raise? I don't want to do this. I don't really want to do this fight.
You could Venmo me like $100. I think we can get started on
Make
that.
some
It's
flyers.
not-
Make
what
some
do you
flyers
find the
for
leader?
something that'll pay for the
Yeah.
flyers. We could do it honestly. My dream, if we were going to do this, it'd be backyard street beef style, just on the grass with like a fucking rope tied around a couple 2x4s, and we just fight in there.
You like the name?
UIDF?
Udif.
Yeah. Ultimate Influencer Death Fight.
What about UFD? So it's like UFC, but only UFD. Ultimate Fighting.
Death match.
Yeah. It needs
Word
some work.
influencer
We
in
get-
there.
Yeah, we gotta. Anyways,
IFUC.
Influencer fighting.
influencer
I fuck.
fighting death
I
match.
fuck.
I fuck. Who wants to invest in I fuck?
It's not what it sounds like. Actually,
You'll
it's
be
way worse.
investing in I fuck. But yeah, that's. And then here's the weather report.
All right, yeah.
hot.
How do you
Actually
feel about that
fun.
weather segment that we lost last week? Your best work ever was actually a real weather segment, a real hurricane hit. Well, actually, it was a fake hurricane. It was a scam hurricane. But
I mean, I just kind of know how you feel now.
Wait, what happened?
I like that.
What happened?
We did a weather segment in the hurricane. He was out interviewing people on the street, and it was crazy. They were scared for their lives. People were dying everywhere, and
Running, screaming.
he had the best
I was-
footage. He was in the eye of the hurricane, and we got like it was the craziest weather segment we ever did, and we fucking lost the footage. It's
That's the weather segment you
The
should
best
put
things
into
we ever
the
do.
Bruce Buffer episode. Like if
Yeah.
you put that weather segment into the Bruce Buffer episode, it beats Mr. Beast's highest viewed video.
Yeah,
it's
without
like
a
it'll be
doubt.
the greatest video of all time. Like I feel like when you die and you go to like the judgment zone, like while you're in the waiting room to get your judgment done, that's what we'll be playing. The Bruce Buffer episode and the Scam McCain footage.
Scam McCain. Yeah. Did we lose him?
Oh wow! Now
Whatever. What's going on with Impulsive? Are you still going to do that show? Is Logan out until?
You got a mugshot of Trump on the screen. You wanted to ask me about Logan Paul?
We'll get to that in a sec. But are you done?
You want to know what I'm done with? Why do I always have to answer questions about Logan Paul? Can't I just
it's your
be my
show
own?
too. Is the show done? Because are you just going to? Is this basically Impulsive now? Except instead of Logan, we have Steven.
No,
So
we're doing
that's
the
the
shows.
side
We haven't even missed a week. Oh, we did miss a week. We did miss last week, but we dropped Erling Haaland today. It's going to be one of our biggest episodes ever. It's
You have an episode
massive.
coming out next week.
Yep, Akon.
Oh.
Akon and Young Jeezy.
So up until the fight, you're still going to do the pod?
I'm gonna try to. I think I'm gonna go down to Puerto Rico, do another catch-up episode the next couple weeks.
Ooh.
Want to come?
Yeah.
Get Zerka down there to fight Logan.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on George asking Dylan to come on the pod?
I think that was photoshopped.
Yeah.
I do, because I don't know if George would do that. I don't know if he would, because Dylan's an enemy of Jake. Dylan's an enemy of everybody. So what? George is just gonna have him on the show and just say fuck all y'all.
Well, I mean, what would they talk about? You know?
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think it was real. I don't think that was real. I think
Dylan's just a slithery snake.
he just lies about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I've been completely unbiased on this. He's been a great promoter on Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to say, but he lies all the time.
What if he was doing that to you? What if he was posting pictures of you and all your exes?
Yeah, what if he starts coming at you next?
If he was posting pictures of me and all my exes,
Or just like
Where
he
you look at
found
me on the
some,
fucking
I'd be like, damn, yo, let's
found
go,
some
bro.
crazy
Appreciate
shit
it.
that like no one knows about you or something. I don't know. Like
I think
Like
Mike's pretty open.
one
We're
of my-
both pretty
like
open.
My third toe is longer than some weird shit that nobody knew.
What if you started coming after your book?
I don't think that would sell fights.
Coming after my book. I mean, as long as he drops a link. Like, what are you going to come after? It's one of the greatest books ever. It's easily the greatest book ever written about the creator space.
Yeah.
From the creator space. I mean, what do you want me to say, dude? Like, the whole situation's fucked. The whole situation is fucked, bro.
Is Logan sparring people right now? Is he just fighting fucking people?
He's because I think that's like the one like unintentional outcome here is like okay, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie about Pearl Harbor from like the 60s, but there's like this moment where like the Japanese, right, they go and they bomb Pearl Harbor, right? They fuck it up, dude. And there's this like really historic scene where it's off an actual quote where like the commander of the Japanese army is like, we may have awoken a monster. And then America went on and, killed everyone, bombed 2 cities in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, wiped out half their population, right? Dylan has created a bit of a cyborg human. I think Logan is going to have some sort of, surgeries between now and then. I believe he's going to become partially bionic.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to walk into that ring, and I think potentially may sever Dylan's head in the first round with some sort of blade.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever hear words that bring you back to a terrible memory in your life and then you just
Heroin.
can't think about anything else? When you said Pearl Harbor,
you were there.
It brought me back to first grade when we had fifth grade. It was fifth grade. They had like a trivia thing like on history or geography or some shit. And they were like, where is Pearl Harbor located? Like what state is it in?
You said Jersey, didn't you?
I said Staten Island because Staten Island has Mariners Harbor, and I was just like a fucking child, and I know harbor, and I was like, oh, that's in Staten Island. But Pearl Harbor's, Steven, you know where Pearl Harbor is, right? Yes. I fucking love that because I felt so embarrassed that I didn't know that when I was in the 5th grade, but he still doesn't know it now.
Do you want to take a guess?
No one here knows it.
Yes.
Do you want to take a guess?
Knows.
Hawaii. Is it
You
right?
nailed
Just
it, bro.
sitting on it
Yeah.
the whole time. He knew. He's a fucking
I knew it was
liar.
somewhere like weird outside the U.S.
Well, now do you feel
It's
bad
not
again?
weird,
Do you
Steven. It's
feel,
on
wait, do
fire.
you feel
Puerto
bad
Rico.
again?
Let's drop the fucking link to Maui fire donations in the chat because you
That's
just
nice.
can't just be going saying Hawaii's weird when it's on fire and it's a travesty right now.
Tristan Tate predicted Dylan Dennis win.
No.
Yeah.
What happens if that? What do we do after that? Do we have to?
Let
move
me
to
ask
Pearl
you this
Harbor?
question. What does that look like, though? Like, what does that look like? What world does it look like where he is able to accomplish that?
What if Logan sneezes four times?
Four even.
Anything can happen in the fight game. Trust me, I believe in, obviously. Like, if I had to bet the house right now, you know who I'm betting it on. But it's a fight game. Anything can happen. What do we do? Do we move to Pearl Harbor? Do we move back to Staten Island?
Should we make a statement right now of like what
or do we have to avenge his loss? We jump him in New Jersey.
In Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, the real Pearl Harbor. Or do we just train Steven to be our next fucking killer, biggest, strongest boy? We just pump fucking money into him like they did the Russian in Rocky IV. We turn him into a monster. That's kind of Logan now, you know? Logan has like the money and the people behind him, and he's just got like the team, and he's on all the fancy equipment, punching the thing.
Dude, Logan is being slaughtered from all angles right now, bro.
Except for his bank account.
Well, I don't even know what his bank account looks like because Prime hasn't like sold yet. I don't know exactly what his bank account might be also slaughtered. The thing I said this to you the other day. The one thing that's important to remember is if this was like my first time going into like a Logan nuclear storm where like he was just getting melted, I would feel differently about it. But every single time, like collectively, the world is like, yo, Logan Paul is over. He comes back and creates like something 50 times bigger than the last time.
Yeah.
And every single time somebody says it, there's so many people that are positive. This is the end of Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Big capital headline letters. The end of Logan Paul.
But now you can't kill him. You can't kill him.
Like
even if he was in Ryan's thing.
He's like a bionic cockroach that just you can step.
And he just
I'm gonna get him. And he just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and his brand gets bigger, and he gets more and more successful. And people will say, you fucking dick rider.
Yeah.
And I say, I just know how to pick the right team.
Yeah.
I just know how to pick the right team. Good. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like it's not my fault that you picked the wrong team. He just knows, the kid knows how to win. He knows how to overcome. It's because his brain is built like that. He's a strategic player. Mm-hmm. Dylan will run out of ammo. Dylan will lose this fight. Dylan will sink back into obscurity to never be heard from again. Yeah. That will happen. And Logan will build. Billion here. This. And guess what? He'll jump off the top rope, elbow one wrestler in the head, and all of this shit will be forgotten.
Yeah. Well, all bad things turn into good things. I'm a big believer in that, you know, and like the fight that he lost turned into the biggest thing in his life. All shit for me, like when I got fucking smacked by the crane, made new great friends, got out of a fucking sinking ship. And, you know, the worst thing in my life became, I would go back in time and take it back if I could, but, you know, I'm sure you have things like that.
Would you trade me for your eye back?
Yeah, fuck yeah. What do you expect me to say to that? You're mad at that answer?
I'm not mad. I'm just...
What about me?
No. You, I cherish, and I'll fucking take both my eyes for you, Steven. Take both of them. As long as I can keep Steven.
I don't mean to backtrack. This probably just get cut, but you know what you should say to people that like make fun of you for dick riding Logan?
What?
This is the best comeback ever. Just say, what do your friends look like?
Yeah.
And then they really start, and they're like... Pfft. And then they start thinking about it, and their friends are losers that smoke weed, live with their parent. Like, who are that? You know what I mean? They're just losers.
I don't say anything back. The whole thing that he said earlier, where like the pretending shit doesn't bother, nothing like I promise you. Do you want to know what bothers me? Do you want to know what bothers me? Having a commitment issues, the idea of mortality, friends and family being, you know, sick or whatever. I'm bothered by, because that's the thing, bro. I think even us too, and it's something I've really been working on lately. Get so tangled into Jeff FM, SeatGeek ad, this trip, a press conference coming up.
This is where you could hit Mike with a score.
Jeff FM,
Instagram posts.
Fucking 1010 Burger, Tana Monjow, like all this shit. And one day you kind of wake up and you're like, I have to start really thinking about life. Like I'm coughing up these years right now in a endless and eternal pursuit for what? For what? For more money? For more more viewership? Like what? Well, Finny the dog gets older. Well, Sloaney, my niece, you know, ages, and I'm out here running around in the streets of LA, you know, shooting videos with people with super soakers and slip and slides.
What is your passion, Mike? Like, what is your main passion?
He's doing it.
I do like helping people. I do. It makes me extremely fucking happy.
Mine's like creating videos. So when you just said that, like, When you think, what am I
Two
doing all
things
this
can
for?
exist. You can do both.
Creating
You can
what
do
I
both.
love doing.
No. And there
So
was
what
a.
is your passion when you?
I
in
like
that
help-
moment?
It could be helping people by creating videos.
I like helping people that remind me of myself.
Okay, not-
People that are. What do you mean? What do you
not
want?
your
Right
PR
here,
answer,
right here,
not your PR
right
answer.
here.
What
No,
looks
that's
good
my
on
real
camera.
answer. What food makes? What's my passion? I like food. I really like food a lot. That's why I'm excited about 1010. I really like helping people. That's why I like to continue talking about my book, telling my story, and motivating people. About that. And that's
Dudes.
Are you saying that, or is that the soundbite?
it's a soundbite.
Feuds.
I did not say it like
Feud.
that.
Yo, what's your favorite feud?
You know what my number one passion in life is? Passing on the knowledge of jiu-jitsu and martial arts to
So sick of
the
this
youth.
shit.
I thought you guys would ask me more questions about that and be more interested and want to be involved.
No,
Say, Jeff,
it
can
is.
you take me
I
down
like
there
that
with you?
I like that you're like really into it. What is it that you really like about jiu-jitsu so much?
Great question. I got hooked on running, mindless fucking exercise, going out to just not think, clear your head, and just get through shit. But you can't do that in the jiu-jitsu thing. So you got a guy fighting you. You get strangled. You get fucked up. You get a knee in your fucking solar plex. You can't
knee in your
breathe.
gi.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess.
Gi?
Gi. Yeah.
Gi.
Yeah. You need to be there. It's like you're in school. It's like you're paying
Excuse me
attention.
for a second. Put the titty away. Put the boob away.
Jeff Titsu. Oh, sorry, that's too hard.
It's fine. I'm going to leave this in because people say I bully you. I just dropped a new Patreon video, by the way. It's the other perspective of the fight with me and Steven. It shows the real Steven, the shit-talking, fucking fake-ass video making.
What?
Yeah, you made a video saying that you never fuck. Go watch it. It's
I
on
like
Patreon.
that you took the- I like that you took the high road.
1,000% authentic.
What?
I like that you took the high road right there.
I could kill him with one pinky.
No, but
After my 3 classes of jiu-jitsu, you don't even.
Jeff Titsu.
Well, just wait till you get drunk and you try to fuck with me next time. You and Ryan, all you guys at the same time, all you come at me at the same time. You're all done. You're all in for a rude awakening.
now throw it back at him, but cut it.
No, I don't need. I'm just
No,
gonna
'cause he's
fucking
gonna
choke him.
overdo it.
I'm just gonna choke him after to sleep. Fuck, man. Martial arts is to avoid confrontation. You only use it when you need it, and I don't need it on you because you're a little fucking punk ass kid. My fucking biggest, strongest boy. All right, real quick, today's episode is sponsored by DoorDash. Back to school shopping is coming and all the chaos that comes along with it. But with DoorDash, you can be first day ready with pantry staples and classroom supplies to make a good first impression without the stress. With DoorDash, you'll enjoy next level convenience with delivery in the hour, making it easier than ever to get your back to school needs fast. All your favorite retail groceries and convenience stores are on the app so you can shop everything your kids need for back to school. You can fill their backpacks, their bellies, and the pantry this back to school season. Be prepared before the big day arrives. Stock up with on-the-go breakfasts, lunchbox staples, and the brands they love. Use promo code Jeff to get 50% off up to a $10 value when you spend $15 or more at convenience, grocery, or retail stores on DoorDash. That's 50% off up to a $10 value when you spend $15 or more with promo code Jeff. Don't forget, that's code Jeff for 50% off your next order. Terms apply. Thank you, DoorDash, for sponsoring the show. Now let's get back on with it. What's going on here? What are we doing?
I mean, in what respect, dude? That's the question I'm asking myself every day.
There's
People
so
are
many
"Yo, I
beefs
got a
going
new,
on.
you know,
Let's talk
a
about
big
something-
gambling
no,
company
let's
hit me
talk
up. They're
about-
like, why don't you start live streaming again? I can pay you X millions. What are we doing? What are we doing? What am I supposed to do? The money I've made over the past 5 years is just sitting there. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Why don't we
bro?
do that idea that I said that?
What idea?
That where we do a hunger fast and we live stream it like Fousey 24/7.
No, because as I said to Fousey on this couch before anybody else did, how long do you think you're gonna make it, Fousey Tube? And he said, I'm good, I'm gonna make it forever. And I said, I don't think you
He's gonna
are.
live
I
stream
said,
the
you
rest
got
of
about a
his
week. That's what I said to him. You got about a week. Okay. And I think he might have made it a little bit longer than that. And this, you could have seen this from a fucking mile away. I think everybody, the people that were trying to hitting him up, yo, Fousey, are you good? This seems like a lot for you. The idea of him live streaming for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week it makes me feel bipolar. Like the idea of that makes me bipolar.
Yeah.
So you could actually take me in 5150 me just because I know that Fousey was trying to do this. And
Yeah.
the society that we live in today was so excited to watch him drive around in his car with his fluffy fucking dog and argue with the bouncers at Cosmopolitan in Vegas. So when you ask, what are we doing here? I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. What are we doing here? We're calling the cops on ourselves.
So
we're calling the cops
that's what
on
Fuzi's
ourselves.
doing. That's not what we're doing. We're just observing and being entertained by it. You know, I love Fuzi when he was on the show. It was one of my favorite episodes, but he was spiraling towards the end here before he got arrested and checked into a mental hospital. Is he in a
I'll look it up right now while we watch
50,
this.
We got 5150.
Yeah. The last day he had it pretty rough. He got in a couple fights, was like
Beating
slapping
the shit
kids.
out of little kids.
He made it to the top. He was collabing with all the biggest people and he was fighting them, hitting
With
them
the
on
biggest-
stream. He ripped his
You think
tooth
you're
out.
perfect.
He ripped
You're
out a
not.
veneer,
You're
so he's
fucking
missing a
fucked
tooth.
up ass I think I'm perfect. You said you were perfect. I just prayed and cried to Allah and asked him for forgiveness for all my shortcomings and sins. Respect your fucking elders and get the fuck out of my house. I don't give a fuck about your
Is that his
content,
house?
No,
It's
it's
Or is
not
he
his
in the
house.
other guy's
Suck
house
their
saying, get the
fucking
fuck
dicks.
out of my
Let them
house?
Fuck you, cream pie style, you fucking.
Like,
Oh, yeah, something to that.
like what? And then he just fell over.
He bumped into the wall and he was...
Beta said, hey,
Oh.
yo, you're a bitch. You're a little bitch.
That kid's 19. Fuzi's 33.
He doesn't even have his kid money yet. Yo, you're fucking.
I'm beta.
Imagine being 33 years old. And fuck, yo, get me some water bottle, Sean. Give me some fucking.
You're lucky I made friends with
Who's this kid that he's...
Hey, now we can't box. There's a whole.
Oh. Who is that
No,
little
no,
kid
no,
he's
no,
slapping
listen,
in the
listen,
face?
Jack Doherty or whatever his name. Listen, do I want to see more? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. Fuzi, come back.
That's great
what I'm saying?
TV
Of course,
right there.
I would watch this. Now, I had seen some of these clips, but now that I think of it, if you put his stream on right now and just gave me some popcorn, I could watch that shit all
You know what
day.
it reminds me of? It's like if you're watching Cops, but your friend's on it, you know? Like he's going through the worst time of his life. So
Train wreck,
embarrassing,
train
you know?
wreck.
Like, yeah, but that
You can't look away.
But he
That
also
moment
ruined
is-
his multi-million-dollar kick contract.
There was no kick contract. There was no kick contract.
So what was Aiden just lying to him?
No, Aiden was not. There was no kick contract.
It was like a carrot and a
No,
stick.
I know
like
the
just
value
trying
of
to-
every one of the kick contracts. There's two people with real kick contracts. XQC, Aiden Ross. Those two are real. All of the rest of them are like cash incentive, hourly based kick con. No one called Fuzi and said, "Yo, we got $15 million."
It went up to
Are you
77.
77.
When I got on the phone with
You'll
the
never
cops,
believe it.
he
You'll never
goes-
believe it. You know?
he
Do you know
goes-
after
So what
I-
do you think Fuzi was told?
Fuzi was just making shit up, bro.
Oh,
there was
okay,
no
okay.
kick. There was no fucking contract. That's like me saying, "Oh, dude, I don't think I ever told you guys this, but I got offered a contract from FaZe by FaZe Banks for 1.2 trillion." Like, what are we talking about?
Wow, there's our title of the video. What do you think's going on with him? You think it's drugs? You think he's using drugs and not telling
No,
anybody?
well-
He's going off stream and what do you think that even is?
No,
Is it
he
just
listen
actual.
To me. Fuzi has a mental illness.
Yeah.
That requires his respect. I have a mental illness that requires my respect.
Yeah.
I wake up and I have to use and utilize my coping tactics to put me in a position to be able to complete this type of stuff, to do my job.
Bipolar?
What
You have
No, I
bipolar?
do not have bipolar.
But Fuzi's bipolar.
Fuzi's
what is his
bipolar?
mental illness?
Manic, bipolar. I don't know.
Manic?
Schizo. I don't know. Probably bipolar. That's what
He
I would
doesn't
assume.
ever seem there, he's always like on his phone.
But
or
listen
always,
to
like-
me. The way I've described it in the
never in-
past,
He has a lot of Cody tendencies.
Yeah, it's not like in the moment, like
the way I've described it in the past is if I don't do my first job, I can't do this job. Which means if I don't get up, if I don't work out, if I don't see my therapist, if I don't do the things I have to do. So knowing what he's going through, the idea that he's going to be able to devote 24/7 of his life to smacking the shit out of the Island Boys.
Yeah.
And hanging out with what's the kid's name? Fucking with Neon is insane. Like, of course you're gonna fucking lose it. Call the cops on yourself in a hotel room and then tell them that they're only arresting you because you're a viral error.
Well, he
What
called
was
the
it?
cops.
A viral? You're only arresting me because I'm a viral Muslim.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Wallahim.
Do you get it now? You know, if he was on his way right now and he had a gun, I would be dead and he would still be asking me questions. Send the fucking cops.
All right, stop that for a second.
What's going on here?
Did you see the backstory of how they found out with the stalker that was also streaming.
Yeah.
Kyle, you saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw him like.
I just want to break it down so like if my mom's listening right now, she could understand what we're talking about. Can you give like an explanation for like a 68-year-old woman
of
that,
what?
like what we're talking about?
Yeah, Fousey, one of the OG, YouTube influencers, decided after multiple shortcomings, downfalls, and comebacks that his newest pursuit was going to be 24/7 live streaming his life. That means when he sleeps, when he showers, when he eats, when he whacks off, whatever he does, it's all going to be live streamed all the time.
He went viral.
It went absolutely crazy. He was one of the most viewed people for this very quick stint. But as we know, it's not about being hot for a second. It's about longevity in this game.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who get hot really quick and they burn out. How many fucking people have we talked about over the past 3 years
everyone
of
fell off
JFFM?
but us. Everyone fell off with us.
Oh, and by the way, it's because we never climbed all the way up to those massive heights. We just kept our shit.
Slow and steady, baby.
Wins the race.
Yeah.
So the message to Fousey is this, bro. You gotta. He is talented. He knows how to make people watch. But that was a little bit too ambitious for somebody who clearly needs to spend some of their time focusing on their mental health.
Yeah. So
it was never gonna work. I told him right on this couch.
So then he got to his peak, and then he just started spiraling,
Unraveling.
slapping this shit up. Mom, he slapped the Island Boys, who are two twins that are funny looking, that were doing incest. They were making out, and he slapped them because that's the work of the devil. Yeah. So he was. I mean, it's entertaining stuff. Even the spiral and the rock bottom was really good TV.
I wonder if because the Muslim community has been having like a big like upcoming on social lately. There's been a lot of like very good Muslim representatives on social media. I wonder if they're mad because of how this turned out. Because he was including the Muslim religion into all of it.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I slapped you in the face in the name of Allah. You know what I'm saying? Like he was tying it into everything.
My life is in danger and you arrest a Palestinian Muslim who's viral.
Oh, that was it.
Stupid.
That's
you like your job. You're fucked.
That was one. That line was the one that I was like, this is the one he'll be remembered for.
You think that's the one?
You arrest the Palestinian Muslim who's viral. Is
Aaron, play that.
crazy.
It's also crazy that he's like the first person to ever swat himself.
Yeah.
And what's the big deal about arresting somebody that's Muslim? You know, if they did a crime.
No.
The president just got arrested. He's viral. That didn't stop nothing. What was his logic there behind that? Like what?
Because he was trying to turn it into like a race thing.
Oh, you're going down for this because you're on this live stream and you're being racist to cops.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, what?
That is a crazy weapon to have.
Were you just saying that to me?
No, I'm saying that's what he was saying to the cops. But if you are just filming everything 24/7,
what? I think these three have something going on.
This is the funniest shit I've seen ever.
Oh, he's digging it in his ass. And then he rubs it on his face.
Yo, what?
I think he knew what he was doing.
What the fuck, dude? Yo, I mean, bro, like
he just pumps out viral clips. I've never seen anybody like that doesn't
like if
even
I were,
try.
Dude, do you want to know what I would do if I was like an agency? I would put so much money up. I would get in touch with the hospital. Yo, we are going to fund and develop the new wing of your hospital. We're going to pay for it. Pay for it. Mm-hmm. All we ask is that you release Fousey. And then you call Fousey and you're like, yo, we can get you out of there right now for 40% of your future revenue, including 40% of your $77 million deal with Kick.
And we force him to continue live streaming 24/7.
No matter what happens. You just force him you forcibly live stream him.
Damn.
I mean, bro, what do you think the return is on that investment? He's locked in, bro.
Fucking millions.
He's locked in.
Yeah. Makes me want to just fucking start doing it, you know? But I want to have a different angle.
Okay, I went over the same shit on Bradley Martin's podcast when I just did it. It's not funny, obviously, right?
Entertaining.
But yes, of course. But like in these moments, it's funny. Like holistically, like as a full picture, like what happened isn't funny. But these are ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And also like okay. As I've said, like I used to be fat. I still am a little chubby, but I used to be like fat. I was almost 300 pounds. If I sat down and the chair broke, like this disintegrated, like the legs fell off and I smacked into the wall, I would expect y'all to laugh at that.
Yeah, that'd be a viral
and I would
clip
expect
too.
everyone online to laugh at it, right?
Yeah.
He was playing into the fact that he had this problem.
Yeah.
So the idea of not laughing at it, it's a very tricky scenario. It's a very tricky scenario. It's like, of course you want to help him. Of course you want to say, yo, Fousey, turn the fucking live stream off. Don't run that cat over on purpose and knock your own tooth out. Like, and use the loofah on your asshole or your face and then call the cops on yourself. Like, you want to say, Fousey, take a nap.
Call the
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's got a gun to my head right now. He's going to shoot me. No, help.
But what do you do? It's just hard. It's hard, bro. It's hard. Like,
seems stressful.
Fucking cops.
Do you think we'll ever have him on the show again?
I hope so.
If I had a dream guest to come back right now, it would be
Fousey.
him for sure. Yeah, there's nobody else in the world I want to talk to more than him right now.
Barbershop with him.
You know what we really need to
You don't have hair. I thought
the
about
joke.
it.
We could get a tattoo
yeah.
gun.
I know, but I've already done those before, and it sucks because there's nothing changes.
Give me a
Actually,
wig.
he's
What do
got
you mean?
his hair's growing out in the mental hospital, and he's got his beard back, and the tooth's still missing. Why can't somebody like help him with that tooth situation? You know?
Somebody would.
Because I would, if you wake up and you look in the mirror and you see a tooth missing, it's gonna make you feel crazy, and then you're gonna have like,
it's like the scene from The Hangover. When he
Yeah.
loses his tooth, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
they got to put that thing back in there if they want to actually help him.
help
Like, that
him,
should be the
yeah.
first step.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you know how
yeah.
you said like, oh, you're spiraling. There's so many things. I missed this job and I got
Yeah.
to start back there. First thing should be the tooth.
Give
Get
him his
that.
tooth
Get a new
back.
veneer in there. Pop a chiclet on there or something.
He said they were injecting him with shit every time he said something crazy. What is that?
they're probably said.
You ever see the movie Bronson with Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Such a great movie. That's
Yeah.
Fousey right now. He just wants fucking.
What happened to his tooth?
Chaos.
I don't want to see that. I
No,
don't
no,
wanna
it's
see
not that bad. It's just literally the
It's
veneer,
a veneer.
slides
It's
out.
just the
Veneer.
thing that you
Oh,
slide
and
over.
he
Brings it to the
lost
middle,
it?
yeah.
He lost his veneer. Yeah, it's okay. It's funny. If you lose a actual tooth, okay, I get it. But no, it's just a veneer that popped out. They could pop another one on there.
What's he doing in this
could
scene?
even
What's he
take-
doing right now in that scene?
Oh, he was. Oh,
Oh, just
you should have ripped the glove
ripped
off.
out of his fucking mouth.
damn. Beauty in the struggle. But he could just super glue that back on. Why did he? Yeah, you could. They have teeth glue at CVS or
He's just
Walgreens.
bathing in the sun with his 16 backpacks, front packs, backpacks.
Why so many backpacks? What's it?
Karma just got me. I'm way too cocky right now.
That was humbling. That was God took that tooth. He was too humble. Sometimes God's got to take a tooth.
Wait, but he's still got the other.
His other teeth underneath, yeah.
Yeah,
what
but
veneers
so
are.
then how come it got to a point where there was nothing?
No.
It looked
It's,
at one
there was
point like
always
there
just a
was-
little nub in there.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, he just has that nub shaved down, but he just needs to pop that back on, and then he gets started on his comeback.
His
you know?
recovery.
Yeah, that needs to be done.
I don't disagree with that. I think there's other people out there who have teeth problems that would agree that's
Should we make
like-
this a fundraising video, the Fousey's Tooth Fund?
I thought it was. I think we already given it to Hawaii.
Oh, that's right. We
could
already.
do two
Sorry,
charities.
Hawaii. Fousey lost his
Fousey
tooth.
lost his tooth.
Fuck.
No. It's going to Hawaii if we're doing it.
Well, I don't even think we can get money to Fousey. It'd be like commissary. We'd have to go put money on his books.
Yeah.
When
or,
is he? How long?
Or we could infiltrate the mental hospital by us, 5150, and ourselves.
See, now
and we
you're
go
talking
in
about content.
like that movie Law Abiding Citizen.
Yep.
We get into the jail. We
I
get
watched it
in there
last
with
night.
him. Law Abiding Citizen?
How funny is that?
No
Yeah,
fucking
with
way.
Sarah, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
What a great movie, and it got smashed on Rotten
Total
Tomatoes.
fucking war. Von Clausewitz shit.
Yeah.
Dude, 26% Rotten Tomatoes.
Insane.
What a ridiculous rating. With the splattered green tomato,
Yeah.
where it's what a ridiculous rating.
And idiots
That's an
over there, Rotten
incredible
Tomatoes.
film.
But yeah, I think we do that. I think we go crazy ourselves. We sneak in there with our iPhone stuffed up our asses, and we start live streaming from there.
You think this is about vengeance? I'm going to bring this whole thing down. This whole crooked thing down right on your head.
Nice. We're going to go in there and say that to Fousey? Or is it a line?
No,
from
to his doctors. Oh. No, that is a line. It's what Gerard Butler says to Jamie Foxx.
All right. Well, guys, I have a jiu-jitsu class at...
Jeff Jitsu.
What was I going to ask you?
How come nobody ever asked me how I am?
Oh,
Why don't you ask me that?
We do all
Yeah,
the
that's
time.
true. challenge.
What's your
Body count? I don't
No,
wanna do this
your
right
take on JIDION versus Logan Paul.
You were there for that JIDION.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was partially
right?
I was partially responsible for it.
What do you mean? Whose side are you on?
Logan and KSI gave JIDION a good opportunity with Prime because they believed in JIDION's content and as a personality, and I heavily agree with that. He's incredible. But I said this on another show. I think JIDION has been chirping a lot. He did the whole Jake thing, which I think everybody agreed he took too far. Even he did, and he was like taking these like little shots, like like bigging up Dennis for his approach to Nina, and just like kind of just taking shots at people that were providing business opportunity and money and credibility. You know what I'm saying? And we were at the fight, and he like grabbed like a piece of the cake when the cake was still intact. He like grabbed like the foot, and I said to Logan backstage, I was like, "Yo, did you see JIDION like kind of grab the foot off the cake?" I mean, I know he's live streaming shit, but like that cake was $7,000, and who knows what plans you had for it.
Oh, you went to Logan.
So
and
I just mentioned it to him, not like as like a huge thing. And then after I said that,
that
to
was
him,
the final
we
straw.
were walking. No,
touching
it wasn't.
the cake.
It wasn't. Then we were walking out of the. We were
quick?
walking. Yes. Then we were walking out of the tunnel, and JIDION said to Logan, "Logan, you want me to switch seats?" Like kind of hacking back into that original story that kind of started all of it.
Yeah.
And I think Logan he was already at the fight thing. I had asked him the question about the cake. Like it was all of the things together, and that's when he kind of approached him on it. I mean, I think it was a little aggressive, but like, yo, you wanna make jokes on press conference night when motherfuckers are ready to stab and kill each other, like heavily hostile environment. Sometimes the response to that is not going to be, I'm not saying it's okay or right or perfect, but sometimes the response is not going to be what you would expect it to be on a normal day.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
JIDION a lot. I think he's
Of
really
course.
funny.
No, he's
I
great.
just think people let the internet, they let them narrate and like control the narrative of things, and they let like, you should be mad about this. Like if things just happen real time.
Then it
there would've
happened.
never been an
Logan said
argument.
what he said, and JIDION was on stream, 10 minutes later saying he was betting money on Dylan Dennis and all this shit.
Yeah.
And it got.
So do you think JIDION made his own bed essentially? That's what it sounds like you're saying.
It seemed to me like over the past year, JIDION started getting a little bit overconfident with who he was willing to talk shit to,
and also it's like
which is fine, but just like sometimes consequences come along with that. Like sometimes people flip out about it. Like I'm not on any side. Of course I love JIDION. JIDION will tell you himself. Anytime he's ever fucking texted me for anything, I've been the first person to put my hand up.
But
and be like, dude, whatever you fucking
trend
need.
right now is to hate the Pauls. That's where
100%.
the world is right now.
100%. It's a great time to be. No, it's not to hate the Pauls. It's to hate Logan Paul.
Should we flip? Should we flip on our boy and then just come back after the fight? He knocks out Dylan, and it's like, yo, Logan.
I can't do that.
We knew you were going to do it the whole time.
Loyalty is very important.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
We're keeping our stock in our boy. We believe in him. We know that he will come out of this on top. This will multiply.
Kid's
everything.
not fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Kid's not fucking perfect. I've said it before. Anybody who you want to. Like Mike's a yes man. I'll be the first one to call him out. No one has called him out more than me out of his circle. I've sat on the show and disagreed with him a million fucking times, said you're wrong. If you watch the Jake versus Logan fight that happened on the last episode where they got in the fight, you saw whose side I was on it. You saw who I was supporting in that argument.
Jake.
So all the yes man shit, it's funny, it's a cool joke, like Logan Paul's best friend or girlfriend or whatever, but it's just not the fact of the matter. I advise, I consult, and I speak accordingly.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And
you do a good job of that. You really do help out a lot. Look, Mike, I don't want to stress you out. I just, I want to have a little fun, but who gives a fuck? It'll all be over in a couple months and we'll be on to the next. We'll all be billionaires,
I just want to be happy, bro. I just want peace of mind.
Are you not? Are you not happy at the moment?
No. Was that a joke? Oh, right now in this very specific second? Yeah, I love sitting and having shows with you.
Every day's a new day. You got to figure out ways to make you happy. Get into a jiu-jitsu class. Get to your local jiu-jitsu class. Sign up. Do it 3 times a week, and your life will change.
I used to do heroin to make me happy.
See, that's what you don't want to do. That's what you don't want to do 3 times a week.
It made me very unhappy.
You have to do it every day, and we don't want to see you do that.
We should do a whole episode on SSRIs.
What does that mean?
Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors.
How was I supposed to know that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought maybe you would.
Are you low on serotonin right now?
I always am. That's why I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back on meds.
Well,
again.
nothing's ever going to feel as good as that fucking, you know?
Dude, you would apologize to my mom on this episode.
Just chasing the dragon. We'll always be chasing the dragon, you know?
What if we catch him? What was that? What does that sound? Is it thunder? Was that thunder?
What happens when you catch him?
All praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This was a
Wallahi.
great show. Well, what'd you say?
Wallahi.
Wallahi.
That just means, I swear to God.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. George Jenko, if you're watching this, stop praying against us, all right? Because it's fucking we
assault,
surrender,
dude.
all right?
Yes, literally, dude. Give me a white flag. What the fuck, dude?
You were right.
Just
you
stop,
were right.
dude.
Don't listen to the devil.
Dude, please stop.
End the show. End the
I
show.
didn't even do anything.
End the show.
The devil is never ever going to be strong.
Jeff Bull.
In drugs, got himself a barber's chair and gave
Wow.
us some cuts. Now
Wow.
he's a podcaster. His life will talk about it with us. Now it's Jeff.
That'll end up at 47 minutes.
What? Jeff, no.